wearing 18, own goal, and now the concession of a penalty. And as we know...
So the thing is, this is the first football game I ever went to. And we went with this primary school, and it was 1994. So 1993 and 1994 was like mental. It's like... And the reason I thought of this game is because on my last video, on the weird mission video, the weird journey videos going round and round in circles, round lakes, round and round lakes. Because we came across Southampton, it reminded me of this game.
Hardly ever misses. He's only ever failed once from the spot. It's 3-3. Brian Gunn unable to add his name to that of Mark Crossley. Crossley, the only goalkeeper ever to have stopped a Matthew Le Tissier penalty. Free kick is given. Sutton left on the floor. Norwich led 3-1, it's 3-3. Sutton! Correction! 4-3. Chris Sutton's 25th Premier League goal of the season. This is turning into a remarkable second half. Sutton rising, guiding his header back across the goalkeeper and kissing the inside of the post on its way in. His second of the afternoon. 25 minutes to play. What must Southampton be thinking, having fought their way back from 2 down to be level and now behind again? It's enough to test the spirits and togetherness of any team, let alone one threatened so seriously by the drop. Here's Le Tissier! Handshake from Ian Culverhouse, who caught him late after he dispatched the chip.
He's number 22, like the one who plays for my side.
Le Tissier. Now Adams for Norwich. Sutton, nicely on the chest.
In 2018 or 2019, 2018, I was thinking, after I fucked my arm up, I was thinking I could become the Norwich manager. I could become the manager for Norwich City, and I'd easily win. Like, my team would easily win the first division. I think we'd been relegated from the Premiership, and the thing was we were going to be in the... first division again, and I was like, or it was either that or we were going to be in the Premier League, but I don't think so. I was back in the first division, and I was thinking, as soon as I fucked my arm up, I was thinking I can easily be the Norwich manager. I'd be a player manager, and like I'd come on like 5 minutes before the game finished, or about 5 minutes before the game finished, and I'd play. But what I'd be doing is I'd be coaching the.
Couldn't get the shot away properly.
I'd be teaching these people, the players, how to not play football, but the attitude. Like, teach them how to have the attitude to win. And I know how to win because I'd give them loads. It'd be about seeds. Like you'd have a certain amount of seeds at half time, and you'd have a certain amount of seeds before you started playing. And all through training, you'd be eating seeds. As long as you don't tell anyone else, tell any other team you're eating these seeds, you're going to have such an advantage. You're just going to win so easily. It's just going to be like...
Magilton. Allen. Kenner. Letitia. Dispossessed by Robbins. Here's Crook. Mark Bowen. Driven against Simon Charlton. It's a Norwich throw. Norwich's last win was here against Everton 3 weeks ago. But that's their only victory since New Year's Day in the Premier League. Here we are on Easter Monday. Kenner. Letitia! It's a hat-trick! And it's 4-4! And what's more, it's a header by Matt Letitia. It's the perfect hat-trick. Left foot, right foot, with the head. Of 39 Premier League goals this season for Southampton, Letitia has now scored 20, more than half. Yet another twist. It must be agonising on that bench. Allen. Forward comes Charlton. There in the nick of time was gone. Robbins goes for it. Comes now for Jeremy Goss. A sharp stop by Besant. 4-4 and all to play for. Letitia. Floated forward. It's awkward from Woodthorpe. And there's Kenner. It's a fullback's finish, but Woodthorpe should have cleared first time. Instead, he just teed it up. Sutton. Mark Robbins to retrieve it. Sutton.
He's number 22, that man. It's like, it just makes me nervous. And, cause I can't remember it, but I just realised, I was going to say, but I thought I'd wait till the end of the video, but then that made me like, shit, I can't see that, I've got to press pause. I don't want to see this, it's too scary. It's number 22. And I just realised, right, never realised it before, but it's the 9th of the 4th, 1994. It's the 9th of the 4th. Oh, fucking hell, man. It's a fucking toilet. It's a fucking shower room and everything. It's 1994. There's 1998. But look, the whole fucking thing's... Look, it's like... This whole fucking thing, this is Glaven Ward. You remember Glaven River? This is 99. And then this is damaged. And the whole thing's won. And if you work it out, in 1993, I was 9 years old, but in 2021, I was 21 years old. And I'd been in here. I'm still 21. Still 21 years old, and I was in here in 2021, yeah? And then if you say this, it's 2022, because now I'm in here, it's 2022, I always wanted this room, but I never had it. Until now, it was always my favourite room, even though I never had it. I just thought, I fucking love this. Yeah. Then got that one. I was in there voluntarily for about 3 days, and Jade come to see me, and Jade was looking at me like really sad, like she felt sorry for me because I was so fucked up. And when I was angry and high on seeds, I had something to be sorry to Jade for, because I fractured a rib or something and kicked her in the ribs because this guy threw me on the floor called Phil or something, and she was trying to get me on the floor. They wouldn't, whatever, but they were trying to get me on the floor, and I just kicked her because it's like, get off. All I want to do is walk. All I wanted to do was just walk a different way to the way they wanted me to walk. I mean, not the style, but the direction. And so she was really upset with me, and she didn't like me anymore. But then when I came into room 95 in December 2020, Jade come and see me in my room, and she looked really sorry for me, so she doesn't work here anymore. That was the last time I saw her. So I wasn't happy about that. That was nice because, do you remember Matthew Letizia scoring that hat-trick and 5-4 to Norwich? Vaguely, yes. Yeah. So I want to talk about Jade. Like, she felt sorry for me, and then that felt like she wasn't angry at me anymore. That made me feel good because I like her. And this is the place. That's one of the first rooms that came in. That was like, this was like 2018. I was in there for like 3 months. And in 2018, the first time I came in, I was in this room. This was the best room, and it was the best room. And when I got out of there, about 3 days later, I fucked something. As if it's like, what's going on here this is the plan. So go closer. It's low light level here. It's low light, you can't see what you're doing and can't focus. Not very easily. Doesn't focus because it's not light enough. Just trying to get the room numbers there. Yeah, you can see them now. So yes, kitchen, dining, storage, and interview room. Yeah, that's There's room 84. Says room 94, 95, 96. It ends in 100. It starts in 51. There's 200. There's 100 there's 100 rooms, including all the cupboards. There's 100 rooms in this whole building. Sometimes good to see where you are. Yeah. So what you got to understand here is there's Chris Sutton, yeah? Chris Sutton was number 22, and this is Revelation 22. It's probably going like this, and I don't know who I'm not sure, when I turned the video on, it must have been 2-1 when I turned the video on and I immediately skipped to somewhere a few minutes through the video, and I skipped, and when I skipped, it was like 1 or 2 seconds later, Chris Sutton scored, and it was 3-1. So he scored the 4th goal in April. So, 4th goal. And then it was on the 9th of the 4th. It was the first live game I'd ever seen. It's not the first live game I'd ever seen. It's the first time I'd been in a proper football stadium. You remember Matthew Letizia? Nah, you didn't watch football. Yeah. What about when Norwich played Southampton and there was a big scoreline? You know? No. But yeah, but you see, the cleaner remembers. Like, the guy cleaning, he remembers that game, yeah. What? Drugged. Drugged.
Drunk. She was drunk.
Who?
Who said Norwich?
I don't know what you mean.
She was drunk. So the whole supporters coming in.
Yeah. There's that dealers. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. So I was from Kelling Primary School, and Kelling Primary School had 85 students in the whole school, and we were in year 5 or something. I was 9, and we got to go to Norwich, which is like 26 miles, 25 miles, 27 miles away, and or even 28 miles away, and we got to see a live football game, and by the end of the season you could buy the whole 90 minutes on VHS, and you could buy it in the shop for that actual game that we saw, because it was the highest scoring game of the whole season in the Premiership. There was a hat trick. It was fucking amazing. And to me, I just thought, oh, this is just football. a fucking serious game, and it's like you can look it up, and you'll be able to find the VHS that it was on and see the front cover and all that. It's just crazy how first football game I ever saw was considered by most people as the best game of the season for the whole year, and that was crazy to me. Huh? I saw that game I saw in '94. Chris Sutton. No, you don't remember? And someone Crook. No. Yeah, that was the thing. Like, my friend met this football player, Crook or something. Came to the school. I'm just going to talk about it on my own. So I can't remember what his name was, but it was Crook. Ian. I think it's Ian Crook. And the best friend I was talking about, who was born on the 14th of July, 1984, was he'd met Ian Crook, and pretty cool thing. He was thought it was a big thing, right? And so what I was saying, yeah, I'm going to come to this will be a museum in like 2039, but I want it to be an outdoor museum. And this room, this is where I made heaven on earth. Like, I was in that room when Helen, well, I was in this room when I was in this room when I made heaven come on earth. It's heaven on earth since the 12th of the 12th of the... Shit, I just realised something. So, I didn't really make... Well, I did. But I mean, on the 11th of the 11th, 2019, I was watching the Queen, and I thought, right, it's time to get my act together. And I declared Judgement Day. And Judgement Day started on the 11th of the 11th, and on this door it says 5 and 6 and 5 and 6, and when you press 5 plus 6 and then another 5 plus 6, you get 11. And I already know I'm God, so all these things are just like, oh yeah, that and that and that and that, and then you go back to that. It's like, this is the actual room, the actual location where heaven was made on earth, because when it became Judgment Day on the 11th of the 11th, and I think someone was saying in Deborah Ann Wright was saying in Deuteronomy that something like some verse 11:11, I think it was Deuteronomy or something, but I can't remember. She was saying it was to do with judgment, like 11:11, some verse in the Bible. And we're looking, like, I just found this out right now when I had to actually look at the door. I didn't just think, oh yeah, that's the door, 11:11. I had to look at the door and see 5, 6, 5, 6, 11:11. And I wasn't in that room when I declared I wasn't in that room when I declared Judgment Day, the start of Judgment Day. But I was in that room. No, I wasn't in that room. I was in the living room. I was in the lounge, and it's gonna say 1 in there. So that was the 11th, but yeah, Judgment Day was the 11th of the 11th, 2019, and I did it in this ward, and I was in the ballroom with a candlestick, and I thought, fuck this, because I saw the Queen crying. That was it. Like all through 2019, like June, I'd been in Roxby ward, and I'd been talking about saving the Queen all the time. I'd be saying, I've got to save the Queen to revert her. I was talking about having sex with her, but I don't think that's necessary anymore. I think you can do it without sex, well, without intercourse. And I was always saying I'm gonna make her look like 26 years old again, and I believe she's gonna live forever. Thousands. You're gonna live for thousands. Not forever. Well, that's what I said. I said I think she's gonna live forever. And people were enthusiastic about what I said, and people wrote on a whiteboard. They said, like, after I'd said all this, and maybe after I'd gone a bit quiet because they kept injecting me with fucked up shit, and I saw written on a whiteboard, it said, God save the Queen. So I think that was written by obviously staff, like I think it was probably Emmanuel. Like, there was this guy called Emmanuel. Well, there is this guy called Emmanuel. And this is this guy beginning with E and M. I think he wrote God Save the Queen. Someone wrote God Save the Queen on the whiteboard, and that lifted my spirits up a bit, because that was like one of my main missions. God Save the Queen. That's what I'm doing in England. Like, what's the point in being in England if you're not going to save the Queen? And I know she's gonna, I believe, even without my help, she's gonna live to 103. So, but I want to intercept a lot quicker than that, so I don't feel like I'm not scared. And in Roxby ward, she was 93 years old in 2019, and I was in room 93 on Roxby ward as well. I think it was G93 on Roxby ward, but it was called room 9 as well. And that was the room. I kept saying number 9, number 9, number 9, like the Beatles, and I was saying, this is going to be my revolution. This is the start of the revolution. This is where the revolution begins. And they had me in Black Cock Faggot Cock room number 8. Like I used to say, they used to stab me up, and I'd be in room 8, and I called it Black Cock Faggot Gate number 8. Black Cock Faggot Gate number 8. Black Cock Faggot Gate number 8, because there was lots of black people who worked there. And when it first happened, when I first come up with that phrase, there was a guy, I'm not going to say his name obviously, but he I figured, like, I could tell by his body language, by the look, by everything about him, like how he looked, and I just knew he had an obsession with cross-dresser porn, or shemale porn, or whatever, like transgender porn, and between black and white. And I had that obsession as well, but I mean, I was on the receiving end of it, where he was on the other end of it. And I was like, told him that I know he watches cross-dress porn, like, you can't fool me. And he brought tears to his eyes, like he had tears in his eyes when I kept saying that to him. So I mean, he wasn't trying to deny it. It was something. And I wasn't in my room. I was in the lounge. But there was like 5 or 6, 7 or 8 men, like 7 at the most, and they were planning to take me back to room 8 and stab me with a needle. And so I started screaming, "Black cock, faggot, gate number 8." And there was a guy who lived next door to me, and I used to always talk about this. I used to always talk about sissies and faggots for black cock, and there was this guy who lived next door to me, and I liked him. He was alright, but he thought I was talking about him, and he was like, he was getting angry about it. Like, he was saying, "How do you know me?" He was saying, like, "How do you know how I think?" Like, but I was saying I'm God, but it was it's a worldwide problem. You understand? Like, anyway, I'll go to room 9. So the issue was, I associated number 8 because of quite a few things about the number 8, like snakes, and I used to think the number 8 is a snake, that just 2 snakes together or something. And 30 fucking hell, I just looked at the time, how long this video was, and it was 33 seconds long, and no, 33 minutes long and 33 seconds long. Well, I mean, it just changed, like I looked at it, and it was, I was trying to see it, because I'm outside and it's all shiny screen. And I think I just got the time at 33:32, but then when I was just like, I was focused on it anyway, and it switched to 33:33, and then it reminded me of that other video I made not long ago about 3333 and all that. God just kept saying to me, 333, and then Alicia Motley, and so what happened was, this guy called I can't remember his first name, so I won't guess, but he was trying to remember though. He was called Roxby anyway. Second name, I want to know. It's definitely not Mark. Fucking Ah, fuck. Yeah, anyway, I don't want to know. Let's just call him Roxby by his second name. And the thing about Roxby is, Roxby is R-O, and then an X. The letter X could be like two L's crossed over each other, so like 11. So like 11 crossed over each other to make an X. So his name was Roxby, and he was in Rollsby Ward. So it's Roxby and Rollsby. His surname was Roxby, and he was in Rollsby Ward. And I used to think about Rollsby Ward, where they roll you over and that. Anyway, he was Roxby, and he moved out. Roxby moved out of Rollsby. And then when he moved out of his room, he moved out of room 93, which was also called bedroom 9, I think. And I think it said G93 on it, like mine did, but I think it said G93 on it, but only in little letters. In big letters, it was bedroom 9, I think. And I wanted 9. I was in room 8. I wanted to be in room 9. So on the day he was supposed to be moving out, I got him. We were like friends. And I was friends with the guy next door to him, which was 94, I think. G94, I think, on Rollsby. I'm not sure about this, but I'm pretty sure about... It's definitely got a 9 in it. Anyway, it was like room 93 and 94 all over again, but on a different ward. Like, I'm not saying I know, like, that's for confirmation. Anyway, so when he was, on the day he was moving out of Roxby, I told this other guy about, I'd already worked it out that his name was Roxby, and he's on Rollsby Ward. It's Roxby Rollsby, and then the letter X is like a crossed. The letter X is like a crossed, two L's crossed towards each other to make a cross. And then like the crucifixion was like a cross, and then Twin Towers was like two L's. Oh, anyway, so it's like two X. It's like X's, single X's, and double and twin L's. It's like double X and twin L, or single X, single X's and twin towers. Single X's and 11s. Single X's and 11s. That's single X's and single X's and double I's. Single X's and double I's. I like that. Yeah, single X's and double I's. Because that's how I like to write. That's how I like to write my favourite number, 1111, or just the number 4. Maybe number 4 is really my favourite number because it means in control. But how I like to write number 4 is in, no, it's not in. How I like to write number 4 is like the start of a tally. Like, we used to do tallies in primary schools, and like, without any crosses and all that gay stuff, without all the crosses, the biggest tally you can do is 4. And it's like I. So it's 4, and that's my favourite number, really. 4 is really my favourite number, but I write it with I's, so it looks like 1111. I don't even like saying 1111. my favourite number's 4 actually, but I just like writing it as 1 1 1 1 or I because the reason I like... Fuck, I lost my train. Big Train. I used to like Big Train much more than Little Britain. Little Britain's so gay. It reminds me of... No, I don't even want to be reminded, thanks. I used to like Big Train. And Simon Pegg. And Simon Pegg used to be in a sitcom with my half sister. And but my half sister doesn't talk to me. Yeah. Well, she's not as bad as the other one. The other one was playing out like, I'm not talking to you anymore. You're fucking... I said I'll win you over, and there was no reply to that. Yeah, but I know I'll win her over, so it's cool. I just love everyone. So, Rovers, let's talk about Matthew. Let's get back to the fucking point of this Roxby stuff. So I explained to the other guy who was next door in room 10, like it was room 10, but I thought it was also room 94, but I could be not sure. I don't fucking know. I'm not sure, but there's room 10, yeah, and there's room 9, and then room 8 isn't even close. Room 8 is all shut away. Room 8 is behind a shut door. You're in a totally different corridor, all shut away. And so when he was moving out of the room, I was like, we were helping him. I was helping him push his bed out because I didn't want a bed base in my room, so we pushed it out into the corridor. And then we it was really heavy. The bed base is really heavy and it's really hard to push across the floor, but we managed it. And we did it. And other stuff, we brought other stuff out and we put it all in the corridor, and I was like, I'm having this room, and I moved my stuff into the room. I think I moved some of my stuff into the room when he still had his stuff in there. Like, then when he moved out of the room, there was a thing where I gave my room card because this modern technology is fucking cool, right? You get these cards, and then if you want to get in your room, I think, well, you don't have to swipe. All you have to do is stick the card in front of your door, like a credit card, like the shape of a credit card. You just stick it in front of the door, and it opens the door. Like, it doesn't open the door like automatically. I mean, it unlocks, and then you can push it. It like clicks. Like, you hear it click when you push it. You don't have to press it against the door. You like just show the card to the door the card, and show the door the card. It's like football, but it's not a red card, it's white. So that's white is like for peace. And that's the kind of card I used. And so the issue was that I'd given back my room card for number 8 to a member of staff, and then I told people I want to move into room 9 because, and they asked me to give my card back, and I gave my card back to some guy. And then like 20 minutes later, someone was saying they don't know where the card is. and I said, they were asking me if I'm sure I don't have it, and I said I don't have it, and I need a drink. Yeah. This has turned out to be the best video I've ever done. Not ever done, I mean the most level-headed one. Like the most authoritative. This is the most authoritative video I've ever done. Like shit. Yeah, I did ones for fun, but this one's authoritative, man. And I dropped my phone. That really pissed me off because it scared me. But what you gotta understand here is, you see this, so you read this, G94, and then you go Norwich versus Southampton, 09-04. If you take the zeros away, you got 9-4, and then you got 1-9, and then you got 9-4 again. So if you don't bother saying the century, if you don't bother saying which century you're in, you're basically just saying 9-4, 9-4, 9-4, 9-3, 9-4, 9-3, 9-4. Okay, let's get in this place. I had a drink. It's only got 8 likes. Should I make it have 9 likes? Nah, fuck that. I don't even like football anymore. But it was good while I liked it. It's the same as smoking. I used to think smoking was fine until I quit. As soon as I quit, it's no good anymore. No, it's shit. No. As soon as I stop doing something, it's no longer acceptable in the world. Well, I mean, that's the attitude I had as a teenager and a child. You know, when I was like 8 years old, I'd always get a massive hard dick when I was watching the girls in swimming lessons at Gresham's High School in Holt. But I wasn't at high school, I was in primary school, Kelling Primary School, and we'd come to Gresham's swimming pool every week. And we'd have a proper lesson in a proper pool, like 25 metres long. Yeah. My dick was like 7 inches long when I was 7. My dick was like 7 or 8 inches long when I was 7 years old. And I was like mental. And then as soon as I got to high school, all the faggots fucked my head up. But anyway, let's take it out. Is this the kind of attitude you want to take outside? Because inside's a bit hard. So let's talk about sex. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that we say. Let's talk about it. Like number nine. So on that day that he moved out, Roxby had gone and I was left on my own to face the staff, and I was like, I'd given my room card back, but I couldn't remember who I gave my room card to. I I'd forgotten that, or maybe I'd know him if I saw him, but he wasn't on the ward or something, and they kept saying, well, if you can't find your room card, if we haven't got your room card, and if we can't find your room card, we can't change your rooms. And I was getting really angry. I just started saying number 9, not in a funny way, in a Beatles way. I just kept saying number 9, 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 and then and then they came along, and I was shouting so loud, like, no, and then someone was saying, like, what the hell were they saying? What the fuck is that? They were saying, like, you can't have number 9. We're not sure you can have number 9 until we get the card. But I think they found the card, and then someone was saying, as a joke, they were saying, no, we can't do number 9. I was shouting like number 9, number 9, number 9, like really loud. I'm not shouting really loud now because people will just think I'm crazy. So, and they'll come to, like, ask me what's going on, and I don't want that, so, yeah, I was just shouting number 9 down in the corridor really loud. It was like the Beatles' Revolution number 9, and, yeah, I don't have to explain in this video, I can explain in the next video. So, like, if you don't understand what I'm talking about in this video, and you can't be bothered to look it up, or if you can't be bothered to sort it out, like, I can just sort it out in the next video and say, come up with all the references and all the stuff, like, but I was like, I wanted to start a revolution in number 9, and that was going to be the start of the revolution, because the Queen was 93 years old, and number 9 was G93. Number 9 on Roxby ward was G93, I'm sure of it. And you know, cupboards have room numbers as well in these places, so I'm not sure if room 10 was 94, because I think there was a cupboard in between. But anyway, let's just talk about number 9. So I kept shouting number 9, number 9. And then it was like half an hour later, the guy who'd actually given it, who'd actually taken my room card, said, oh yeah, he's got it. He'd just been off the ward for ages. He'd been off the ward for like half an hour. And he came back and said, yeah, I've got it. So that was problem solved, and I was allowed to move into room 9, and I was fucking awesome. I really liked it. And when I got in room 9, I was like, wow. As soon as I got in room 9, it was like July, I think it was July, and I was on medication, and they were fucking me up on medication since June. And but one good thing about the medication was it made me impotent, and then I wasn't interested in sex anymore. Like, I'd been trying to give up masturbating since I was about 18 years old, I'd always, well, even the first time I masturbated when I was like 12 years old or 11 years old, I hated it. But as soon as I did it, it just became an addiction. So, in room 9, in July 2019, I went the longest I'd ever gone without masturbating, and it was like I'd given up masturbating. And between July 2019 and January 2021, I didn't masturbate once, apart from in my sleep a few times by accident, like when I was half asleep and dreaming. But maybe that was one of the main things about being in that room, because I was fucked up in the head because of the medication making me slow and shit. But there was one good effect from the medication, that it drew me away. Well, it wasn't good. That's not a good thing, but a bad thing is orgasm. Like, having orgasms is bad for your health. Everyone's health. Orgasms are bad. And orgasms are basically giving up your vital energy to help something else. But that's not my style. I never liked orgasm. I never had an orgasm until I got to high school, and all the faggots were telling me to wank. You gotta try this, just wank, you twat. And they're all faggots. All my friends were faggots. And then I had a girlfriend when I was 11, and kissed her, and that was my first kiss when I was 11. She wasn't my first girlfriend, but she was the first sexual girlfriend I had. And then she used to come around my house with all her friends, and we'd go out to the town, and they'd do stuff like sit in baths in shops, like shops selling bathtubs, and there'd be the girlfriend I had, she'd be sitting in a bathtub that was a new bath in a shop, and she'd just be like I think she even lit a cigarette when she's in the bath, and then the managers are all like, "Can't do this, we do it, get out." I liked these friends, and then they weren't gay like the faggots. They were girls, I really liked girls, and then so I was like a maniac for sex all the time. Like, when I was 9 years old in primary school, I don't know not sure how it worked, but I never talked about sex, but there was loads of, near the end of one day of school, it was nearly home time, and all the men who were my age, either my age or 1 year older than me, they all started calling me a sex machine. And I didn't know where it came from, but I thought, how do they know that? And then all the girls started looking at me uncomfortable, I was smiling loads. And it's just strange how I never talked about sex, but it's like people can read you, and people read me like that, and I was impressed how the hell they knew that. Yeah, but I never masturbated. I never knew what masturbation was until these people on the bus told me what it was when I was 11 in high school. Before I started doing that, I'm sure that I was getting healthier. And then when I started doing that, I become less confident, less potent, less strong, less testosterone, less everything. Just so fucking weak and shit. Everything fell apart. I started drinking alcohol when I was 11. Not getting drunk. I didn't get drunk when I was 11, but we'd drink in car parks with these guys. But I was only with the girl who hung out with me and like smoking outside the public toilets, and that's alright. And what else? Going in shops and just fucking treating it like your house. And I was only with her for a few months because what I did was I was a bit embarrassed, like I really loved her, but I was like shy. I didn't want everyone else to know I loved her. So I asked her to take. She wrote GB, I love GB, and Tipex, and I heart, like I can't even remember what the symbol of a heart is, but she wrote something on it. She wrote I something, the symbol, and on a backpack, and I liked, well, I mean, I appreciated the message, but she wasn't, I don't know, she was like a smoker, and she was one of the, like, I don't think she was ugly at all, but lots of people called her rough, and I really cared about her and I loved her, but like when she wrote that on a backpack, I said, can you, I didn't say it in that way, I said, can you take it off? And as soon as I asked her if she could take it off the bag, she said, well, that's the end. That was the end of it. Like, she wasn't gonna take it off and still be with me. That's fair enough, but it's quite nice that in the last year of school she still liked me as a person. Like, she still thought I was an alright person, and most people didn't. I always liked her, and still like her. And I liked when they come around my house, but I didn't like when the men had come around my house. It was nowhere near as good. And then they're all fucking bisexual anyway, they're cunts. Hate them. I mean, I love bisexual. Well, I don't know if I love bisexual women, but it's like every single girlfriend I had until I was over 30 was bisexual. And then, like, nearly one of the last girlfriends I ever had was Catholic, and she was not bisexual, and she was like the first not bisexual girlfriend I'd ever had, or the first straight girlfriend I ever had who I knew was 100% straight. Fucking straight. Anyway, so like anyway, yeah, she was the first straight girlfriend I ever had. The one that I knew was definitely straight. It was a Catholic, and then again, in the same year, at the same damn time, I was talking to her. She was living in London. She's called Sophie O'Reilly. She's a actress, and she was really good looking to me, but she was straight and Catholic. And I said, like, I was too shy to go and meet her because I was shy, and it was a mental problem to me being shy, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't go there, and she asked to even come to visit to my house, and I wanted that, but I said I have to clean my house first, and I really wanted to clean my house, but I couldn't do that either. So, and then, well, at the same time I was talking to her, I was also just going around a girl's house who I wasn't shy of, because she was older and she was more ugly. She was a lot older than this girl that I really liked, and because she was older I wasn't so shy of her, and I'd go round her house and then we'd do sexual things together, and I wasn't secretive. I'd tell this other girl this was happening, but it was always not my ideal thing to happen. I didn't want it to happen, but didn't really want it to happen. I'd much rather be with this Sophie. I'd much rather be with this other girl who was nice, but who was really young and good looking. I mean, the other girl was really good looking when she was younger, like, and I met her when she was better looking. I met her when she was 35, and then when I was with her she was 45, but when she was like 25 she was like even more beautiful than when I met her. And I was she wanted me to be her boyfriend, and I didn't want that. I just wanted sex or nothing. But I didn't even really want that. She just kept ringing me up, asking me to come over, when I really wanted to be talking to Sophie more, and I liked Sophie's name more. And thing is, about the only two girlfriends I ever had in my own city were both lived at number 36. And the thing about 36 is you get 3 and then you get 6, and then you can say, well, 3 plus 6 is 9, and then 9 upside down is 6, and then omega 3, 6 and 9 are the only omega fatty acids you get, I think. So it's like omega 3, 6 and 9. Or I might like even starting to say omega. Now omega sounds a bit like smeg. Omega sounds like bodily fluids, so just say omega, yeah? So it's like, and then Joyce Westwood, she's an astrologer, she was in the middle of writing an article about 3, 6 and 9, the numbers 3, 6 and 9. Even though she's an astrologer, it's like numerology is still important to astrology. and it's and then so 3-6. When you say 3-6, it's like you could also say 3 6s, like 666. And then for the age, when I was 36 years old, I was the lowest point. I'm going to continue this video for at least until 81 minutes, and I get back into this. Why did I start saying about 3-6? Yeah, because another thing about 36 is I had loads of girlfriends, but nearly all of them, well, I mean, after I got out of high school, I didn't have many serious, I didn't have any, well, I had one or two serious girlfriends in high school, but, yeah, but, most of what I'd classed as a girlfriend in high school was just like, well, I kissed her and, we hung out for at least one night. Yeah, but there was one that just we kept being together for loads of times, and everything's fucked up before that. It's all fucked up for a reason. And but the strange thing is, yeah, that in the city I lived in since 2007, I moved into this city called Norwich or Norwich. It's like Northern Witch or something, or Northern Wick, like it's like a wax candle. Can't remember what it is, but you know, you can call it anything. Norwich, like Vikings call it Norway. I mean, they come from Norway, then they come to Norwich, and it's like, just keep saying Nor. Just keep, like, we're at the North Point, because we got a northern coast. Unlike Newcastle, people in Newcastle don't have a northern coastline. We have a northern coastline. So we're northerners. Yeah, we're the real northerners of England. There's no others. And our postcodes are NR, Norfolk, Norwich, in the fucking northern. Yeah, Norwich.
Yeah?
Norwich is a medium. It's a high security mental hospital, or a high security mental asylum, as they say in Hellraiser. And now they changed the name from Norwich to Northside, and it's still like, we're fucking northern, because we're like, Norfolk is like one of the most Viking influenced counties in England. If there's, I don't know, tell me which other counties are more Viking than Norfolk in the history of all the things. Because I didn't read too much about history, but I loved some shit. Whatever fucking North, yeah, and I went to Northgate Hospital, and that's in Yearmouth. It's on the mouth of the River Yare, and it's called Yearmouth. And the hospital there is called Northgate Hospital, and it's like Bill Gates. It's like Bill Gates is like saying, I got windows, and I got a bill I got a bill, like a dollar bill. I got a bill like an American bill, I got a bill like an order, and it's saying that I own the gates to heaven and hell. That's what he believes in himself, but no, I'm God. Simple, in simple language, not in all new age language, in proper fucking reasonable language, in the proper language. And he thinks he's Bill Gates because he's like the what's the one? He is the I've got it. He's the issuer of these bills, and if you don't come up, if you don't accord, I mean, he's saying if you don't come up to scratch, like, we're not going to let you through the gates. And that's it. That's the way it is. And he's got Windows 11, but I've got YouTube /God 11. And on the 11th of the 11th, 2019, I already talked about that in this video. But say someone skipped through this video and they didn't hear that. Let's forget about them. Let's think about the fucking jacket, the black jacket that said, in 2011 I got it, and it said fuck it 11. It's got the Lithuanian flag on it. What? Black jacket I had got stolen. It was a well good jacket. I personalised it. It said fuck it 11, and then yellow, green and red flag on it. And anyway, I wasn't really talking to him. I was talking to the audience the whole video that have actually listened to me. Have actually been listening to me for a lot longer than 20 seconds. So the fuck it 11 jacket with a gothic language, with a gothic font that I took so long to choose. And it's not like when you come onto it and you read it, you can obviously read it, but from a distance it's not that hard to read. I mean, it's not that easy to read, but it still says fuck it, and it's amazing. I want it found. And then as well, the other 11 thing is, I think maybe the idea about the 11, well, I knew it was prophetic. I knew it had a prophetic meaning to it when I bought that jacket. I knew it was about something in the future. It was like, I know this, I got it, fuck it 11. It's going to be massive. And then, but also I found out, well, I knew, but I don't know if I was thinking about that at the same time. My Lithuanian girlfriend was born on the 28th. She was I was born on the 28th. My human body was born 28. My human body came out of the fucking pussy at 28/05/1984, so the 28th of May 1984. Then she came out at the 28th of the 4th 1985, and when you work it out, it's all the same digits. We got the same digits, and she was my first wife, and we married on the telephone in 2009 in May, and she was my first wife, and she was the first woman I ever lived with, and her name began with I, so it's like I fucking represent the shit, even though it's her name, it's I, and even though it's all the same digits, it's also, she's to the day, she's 11 months younger than me. 11, I fuck it. Like, fuck it 11. Fuck it 11 can also mean, like, I fuck the girl who's 11 months younger than me. I fuck that. Fuck it 11. And I'm just a fucking... I'm fucking great. So is everyone.
Crazy!
Everyone's fucking great, aren't they? Everyone's fucking great. Fucking great. I'm mental, man. I'm fucking mental. And let's keep it going though, because it's not a fucking comedy show. I've got to sort the fucking world out and make everyone younger. I got to get myself looking younger, and I know.
Give it a rev.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You want to grab. I want to grab my genitals, and then like when I'm grabbing my genitals, I'm like thrusting, and I'm not doing any like shaking. Like I'm not doing. It's not jacking off. It's not jacking off. It's like it's controlling it, like a muscle. And you don't want to get anywhere near orgasm. All you want to do is feel good, and feel energized, pumped up. You want to feel pumped up and energized, not depleted and fucking exhausted. Who gives a shit about being exhausted? It's a load of bullgay. No one wants it. Even though people say, yeah, they trained so hard and they got so big, but they were fucking knackered. What's the point? I don't want to be knackered. That's not the point of what I'm trying to do. I want to be energized. I want to get energy. And so I'm going to learn it. Like for the Revelation 22, it's going to be on the 24th of March, because on the 12th of March it was the 12th of the 3rd 123 2022, so that was like 123, that's where it began. And then 4 days later, which is tomorrow, 16th of March, it's going to be like it's 163, and maybe 163 can signify that I've had my 123, and then the next amazing day after I came into hospital was the 6th of March, because on the 6th of March, for the third time, that new Tucker's Miracle song played. Well, let's keep it simple and say, nah, let's keep it complicated and say, for the third time in a row, I'd heard as it's 84 minutes now. I'd heard as what's the names? Fuck yeah. On the 6th of March 2022, so 6-3-22-2. What's 6-3 add 2-2-2? It's 9 add 6, and it's 15. It's love. 15 equals love to me since I was 15. And when I was 15, Bruce Bernard brought out a book called century, and for the year 2000 is the last picture in the book. There's the last photograph in the book. It was a bit of art, and it was said, it was published in 1999, but they had one photograph for the year 2000. Obviously not photographed in the year 2000, but it was a bit of art called Love. And then it was like posing the question, is the year 2000 love? And so there's still 4 minutes of this. There's still 3 minutes of this. There's still a long time left of this video. More than 33 seconds. More than 330. Fucking hell. More than. Okay. So, yeah, 36. Are the only two girlfriends I had who lived in Norwich ever. Even when I didn't live in Norwich. All the only girls I had who did live in Norwich. Well, that's not really true, but yeah, it is. Yeah, because I mean, the ones I actually regularly got to see at some point. There was only two of them, and they both lived at number 36, and one of them lived on 36 Norgate Road. Did you hear that? She lived at 36 Norgate Road. Did you hear that? She lived at 36 and in 2018 I visited someone in Yearmouth Hospital, called Northgate Hospital. For the first time I visited Northgate Hospital in Norfolk, and Norfolk, that's the county where I live. It's called Norfolk. It's Norfolk, you know. It's like Norfolk, do we give a fuck? Norfolk. Alright. So, we're in Norfolk, and the last girlfriend I had in this city, lived on 36 Norgate Road, and what am I trying to say here? I've still got lots to say about this. But it's 2024 is what I'm looking for. But this is Revelation 22. Yeah, so the 16th of March. The 16th of March is somehow saying we've had the 1, 2, 3. We've had the 12th of March. We've had the 12th of the 3rd. 1, 2, 3 ABC. 2022. That's where it all began in a logical way. And then when I really believed I knew how to reverse the aging process, I got it. I understood it completely. And then a few days later, I realised there's maybe more to this. It's not just 1, 2, 3 ABC. ABC. When people say ABC, they imply it's really simple. And I thought it was really simple, but then who wants to leave things simple? Not me. I don't want to leave things simple. So on the 16th of March, it's 163 to denote that about the 6th of March. The 6th of March was a big day, and it's we had the 1, 2, 3 first, so then we can look back to the 6th of March. 6th of the 3rd, and what happened on the 6th of the 3rd was, for the 3rd time in a row, I'd heard a newer version of Tucker's Miracle on the radio by chance, by not searching for it or anything. It just coming on, and That was the third time it happened, and it always happened in all three times happened in very meaningful times for me, that when I heard the song, it had a strong meaning to me for the actual times that I was listening to it, for what was going on those actual days. But no, you think it's that simple. It's not just that simple. Because it was the 7th, it was the third time I'd heard the new version in a row, but it was the 7th time that I'd heard the actual song on the radio by chance since the 28th of September, the 28th, like 28, like my birthday, 2809, like 4 months after my birthday, 4 months being like coming up 3 times every year. In astrological terms, 4 months after every birthday, if someone's born on the 28th of January, or the 28th of September, or the 28th of May, they've all got something very much in common, because there's a group, there's an astrological sign or group that they all belong to that is spaced 4 months apart. So it started on the 28th of September 2020, when I first heard Tokka's Miracle on the radio out of chance, and 3 days before I'd been searching for that song like for 3 hours. Been searching for it on YouTube and the internet for 3 hours, and I couldn't find it one time. Well, I never listened to it because it's they deleted it off the internet, and so I just couldn't listen to it. And then 3 days later, something happened, and I didn't turn the radio on. Someone asked me if I wanted to come up to their room because I wanted something from them. And then when I was in their room, they asked me if I wanted to stay to listen to the radio. And then the second song that came on was Tokka's Miracle, and that's how it started, alright? And that was the 28th of September 2020. And then the last sequence, the completion, number 7, my number for completion, it happened on the 6th of March 2022. And the significance of the 6th of March, the 6, number 6, is that it's the first perfect number there is in the order of numbers. 6 is the first perfect number, and the second perfect number is 28. Now listen to me, alright?